Vegapunk announces live to the entire planet that the world's drowning. The entire Straw Hat crew unites protecting Robin from Saturn's attack, and we discover Vegapunk might still be alive inside Punk Records even after his death. Watch till the end to see how Bonnie uses her Devil Fruit powers to crush an immortal Elder. Last time on One Piece, the Navy celebrated their pacifista takeover while continuing to fire. Bonnie turned vice admirals into toddlers, then kicked them. Edison calculated a 78% death chance before diving through lasers anyway, and Mars reached Punk Records with 1 minute left on Vegapunk's broadcast countdown. Mars touches down at the planet's biggest brain. The broadcast keeps rolling as Vegapunk mentions his coffee's still lava hot, but figures everyone's had enough prep time for his video message. Shaka tells him 30 seconds remain. Pythagoras gets nervous, knowing the entire world's watching. As if the planet hasn't been watching them make coffee for the past several minutes already. Mars glances upward, questioning what he's looking at, something surviving even after the scientist died. He wonders if this is Vegapunk's actual self. Then we get the full reveal of Punk Records in all its glory, a massive dome inside another massive dome, literally the top portion of Vegapunk's skull. Mars questions what death even means for something like this, wondering if Stella's mind lives inside. That's easily one of the wildest Devil Fruit powers ever shown. The snail relays Stella's response to Pythagoras that their recording will eventually reach everyone through Den Den Mushi. He takes pride in that connection, but admits sharing truth carries serious weight. Mars hovers his boot over the innocent snail. We cut to Syrup Village in the East Blue, where God Usopp grew up. His former pirate crew looks bummed discovering Kaya doesn't own a video snail despite appearing to be the village's only candidate. Mary asks if the boys realize how enormous video snails actually get, apparently larger than typical houses. Kaya mentions Vegapunk's also a medical genius, info she probably picked up from dealing with her own health issues. But she's looking much better these days. Onion insists he knew this already, but Ninjin immediately calls the bluff. Marines at headquarters gear up for the proper broadcast start. At Twin Cape, Crocus and Laboon tune in using a standard snail. Then we jump to Baltimore, where Vegapunk originated. Some kid questions whether the famous doctor really came from their island. An elderly resident confirms it, labeling Vegapunk their greatest achievement. The child thinks Vegapunk caused Baltimore's disaster, but the old man sets the record straight. That was Frankie's doing. The elder also caught whispers about the cyborg becoming a literal ship, then wonders how long it's been since glimpsing Vegapunk's face. We land in the Birdie Kingdom, a South Blue location where Chopper trained during the time skip. Someone guesses the broadcast concerns the island where Chopper stayed. Another recognizes Vegapunk as a modern science king who created tons of weapons. Over at Hachinosu, the pirate island, civil disputes still need settling because pirate politics never sleep. Vegapunk addresses the entire planet, holding everyone's attention. Back on Egghead, right before Mars can flatten his snail target, the shell cracks open, exposing reality. The broadcast continues. This was merely a regular Den Den Mushi acting as bait. This wasn't the hiding spot at all, just an elaborate distraction. Consumed by fury, Mars exits Punk Records in his gigantic Itsumaid form, screaming curses at the Doctor. Stella begins with greetings. Shaka reminds him he already introduced himself, but Vegapunk knows. With video viewers joining, now he opts for another introduction. With formalities handled, showtime arrives. Long-Arm tribe members celebrate with obvious intrigue. Somewhere else, a young boy pokes out from a tent asking what's happening. A woman explains an important figure will make an announcement and orders him back to sleep. Mars gets embarrassed when his fellow elders question what he's accomplishing since the broadcast continues. He apologizes while cursing Vegapunk again. The Doctor prepared far better than they estimated. Stopping the broadcast isn't possible anymore, and shocking revelation, the smartest person alive made a backup plan. Who could have predicted that? Mars explains they can't determine how much information Vegapunk possesses or what he'll reveal, but reminds them. York mentions Stella plans continuing what the O'Hara scholars started. Each elder pauses, recognizing their terrible position. This won't mirror Professor Clover's final deductions and last words, this will be the sequel. Meanwhile, unconscious Vegapunk still carried by Sanji sprinting through fire. Sanji questions whether the Doctor hears a girl needing rescue. He confirms Bonnie requires help as she appears with others. Sanji spots the Elder holding a sword over them, asking what this creature is. The Elder declares they refuse letting Bonnie steal their military strength. Frankie positions himself between her and the threat, ordering Bonnie back. But Sanji interrupts this heroic moment, intending to claim savior status instead. Using the black sword as a launch pad, Sanji's blazing kick connects with the mythical creature's jaw, drawing blood. Sanji keeps collecting these achievement unlocks with his fiery feet, but rather than responding verbally, the Elder's head ignites while T-posing. A skeletal horse head emerges from his body, chomping onto Sanji until bones start cracking. Luckily, Sanji tosses Stella, avoiding injury. Bonnie screams for Sanji, worried about his condition. A giant notices the chaos and heads their way. That horse head emerging from body move is nightmare fuel delivered in animated form. Dory and Kashi both latch onto Nujuro, trying to pin him down. This frees Sanji. Bonnie activates her Devil Fruit's distorted future power. Marines observe as she launches skyward, enlarging herself using a giant future version. She becomes enormous, planning to stomp the Elder flat. His expression twists with anger and irritation. Through the broadcast, Vegapunk admits committing two massive sins. Stella informs the world he anticipates getting killed for his crimes, meaning this message was programmed broadcasting immediately once his heart quits beating. Sabaody residents cry out, recognizing this confirms the brilliant scientist already died. Vegapunk's rivals are losing it too. Caesar fights tears, rejecting Stella's death, especially since he and Judge recently joined forces, hoping to surpass him. Morgans hates the video snail broadcast concept because it endangers his newspaper monopoly. Typically, he's the one delivering breaking news first. Before properly starting, Stella needs clarifying something crucial he hopes everyone grasps. He requests they avoid assuming whoever ended his life is evil, no matter how they appear. He won't discuss morality or ethics in this broadcast. Simultaneously, the Straw Hats on the Labo Stratum face Saturn's sudden arrival. Saturn charges forward urgently. He commands the Straw Hats, moving aside since he lacks time for insignificant pests. But Robin goes rigid hearing his voice, identical to the voice from O'Hara that night. Saturn recognizes her as the child foolish Saul allowed escaping. Robin instantly realizes she's staring at a Five Elder. Nami questions what the spider demon's discussing, but thinks fast as one of his elongated limbs rushes toward them. Desperately, Nami shouts for everyone protecting Robin. Zeus picks up on this too. Everyone springs into action, keeping Robin safe. Vegapunk acknowledged what he's revealing will be difficult accepting, even expected some calling him foolish. Mars trembles with panic and frustration. Too many living things populate the island for sensing specific telepathic signatures. York frantically tries figuring where Stella stashed the broadcast snail. She fears this continuing means losing her celestial dragon deal. What's fascinating is, York had zero knowledge about this pre-recorded broadcast, otherwise the Elders would have known beforehand. Despite everything, Stella felt obligated, informing the entire planet about a particular problem. The Gorosei keep communicating telepathically. Mars suggests destroying the power station, halting the broadcast, but Saturn instantly shuts that down. Beyond sacrificing numerous Marines, an Admiral, 9 Vice Admirals, warships, gear, Seraphim, and 3 Pacifista generations, they'd lose Motherflame access, which their Master Emu desperately wants. Then Vegapunk delivers the bombshell. The One Piece world will sink beneath the ocean. Marines stare upward, stunned. We see mermaids swimming with whales and fish schools. The fishmen are about to inherit the Earth, while Sky Island residents probably toast with champagne. Devil Fruit users should start writing wills immediately. Here's what casual viewers might miss. Mars discovered punk records houses. Vegapunk's functioning mind, proving death operates differently for this scientist. Sanji kicked Nushiro, drawing blood before a skeletal horse head erupted from the Elder's body, biting him. Bonnie enlarged herself, planning to flatten an Elder with her power. York's panicking because she didn't know about this recording, threatening her celestial dragon arrangement. I'm calling it now. The ancient weapons and the Mother Flame are connected to the sinking, and Vegapunk's about to expose how Joy Boy tried preventing exactly this scenario. That's this episode. Here's your impossible question. If the world's genuinely sinking and Devil Fruit users drown, which faction survives and what's their plan? The Straw Hats banking on Jinbei and potential Fishman Island alliance, Blackbeard pirates who might steal swimming powers, or Revolutionary Army rallying Sky Island nations? Choose your survivors and explain their strategy. If watching Vegapunk announce the apocalypse while Sanji gets chomped by skeletal horseheads and Robin face her O'Hara trauma got you hooked, smash that subscribe and tell me which revelation landed harder, the world sinking or Mars finding Vegapunk's mind might still exist. Let's hit that milestone before the ocean swallows everything.